Alright, so we're going to try to get these little piggies in. If the goats happen to come, it's not a big deal. Okay, just let him come in. Okay, see if that little other one will follow. You can film that little one. Okay, just stand right there, Gabe. Don't move.
I'm going to back up.
Yeah, he'll be okay. He'll come in. He wants that other little one. Just don't move. There we go.
Okay, well, we got him in now. That is good.
It's a little bit rainy today on 20 Acre Farms, but that doesn't hold us back. So today we're going to talk all about free range chickens and what are some of the advantages, disadvantages to having free range chickens. We got some stuff to look at first. We got to check out some forts the kids are making in the trees. And these things are unbelievable. So you gotta find the perfect path, right, Link?
Yep.
To get to your fort, and you're the only one that knows where the fort is right now. I do too.
I do, you do, and then
Caden.
Mom does, and Caden.
Caden helped you with a little bit, right?
Yep.
So big shout out to Caden Russell. You're the man.
Come on. I want to build it like 5 feet high and then put a roof on it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Were you thinking about, at one time you were kind of talking about making a teepee out here too, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing that.
Okay, so.
Right there, I think is probably.
Let's go check out the girls. They have a little fort back here too. It wasn't made by us, but it was.
They had a fort that was made by them though.
Oh, but there, yeah, we have a couple forts back here. Kids love being back here, and the reality is that these trees, should we go check them out?
Sure.
So these trees that were where the kids make their forts and do all that is.
These are all my teepee trees.
Whoa, those are his teepee branches.
Working on it.
So these trees circle and surround our homestead, and the kids love to play back here. And the chickens are back here all the time, and they're free range chickens, and there is no pen whatsoever for them. When we let them out in the morning, they can go 20 miles away if they want to. So is that really a good idea? This, by the way, is not a commercial for Burger King. We just love the crowns. So a lot of homesteaders just want to do free range everything, because it seems like there's a lot of I think there's really a lot of pressure put on homesteaders that, you know, you have to have your homestead has to look a certain way, and you need to have your animals completely free range to go wherever they want, do whatever they want, and all these heritage animals and I just wonder, like, we've done completely free range chickens, so that at one time we were wanting to have completely free range eggs, and, like, you know, basically, like, they got all the bugs they needed, and that was the whole concept behind, you know, these free range eggs. That we were even thinking about, like, actually getting into the egg business and selling eggs. then we kind of realized that that's just not for us. That's not something we wanted to do. And so we left it at that. But I think there's just a lot of pressure for people to do things like other homesteaders are doing. And what we're finding is like completely free range chickens or completely free range pigs or completely free range animals. But there's a lot of what obstacles, I guess, or what would you say?
Predators. Probably.
Yeah, predators are huge. So Teddy, our dog Teddy, killed a weasel and brought it up to the house. And I'm so glad he did. But weasels are known to just go into chicken coops, and it doesn't matter if it's a chick or a full-grown chicken or a rooster. They'll just kill and leave the carcass there. And they just kill for fun. But at one point, that was, I think a weasel. So Teddy's the one that brought that up. This is obviously well over a week old. But I just wanted, I mean, they're here. Like, we never see this thing running around, right? I mean, and they're too, like, we can't really try. I mean, I don't know. I guess you can trap them. We've never done it. I don't know if you've got to have like some kind of license to trap them things or what, but they are killers. So we have weasels, skunks, raccoons. We have coyotes.
Fox.
We have foxes. And so we have a lot. We have a lot going on that way. If you're free ranging your chickens, let us know in the comments on what kind of predators you have roaming around your area. But that's kind of what we're dealing with here on 20 Acre Farm. So I think that's the biggest disadvantage is like we started out with probably 150 chickens this year, and we're probably down 50 chickens that get picked off every so often by another big one for us is owls and hawks, chicken hawks. They're swooping down and they're killing them. And then what happens is you just see a dead chicken laying out in the middle of the yard. And Teddy is good about, if he is out during the day and just kind of roaming the yard, that usually keeps those birds away from us. But if he's sleeping, sometimes that's not as effective. So what are the advantages of free range chickens, like really free range, the way that we do it?
I mean, I like that they can pick through whatever they want. They have free choice of the organisms in the ground as well.
Yeah.
The dirt, and they're constantly in their own nature. They're picking and scratching, and so they're getting all the nature's bugs.
Yeah, so they're getting like a lot of the worms and grasshoppers, and they actually are keeping a lot of the bugs down on our farm. Also, free-range chickens running with pigs is really nice if you can get the chickens over to the pigs, which for some reason this year we've had a little bit of a struggle with them getting over there. But the chickens really scratch through the pig manure, which if you know anything about pigs, they always have one select area in their pen area that they use as a bathroom. And so then the chickens really dominate and really scratch that, and it really keeps the flies down. Last year, we had the chickens really doing an excellent job with that, and it was amazing. This year, not so good, but we've just started with the pigs this year. So as far as the chickens goes, they follow, like if you have, you know, cows, sheep, goats, they do follow those animals pretty well, and I think they do a fairly good job of keeping some of those insects and pests that way down as well. Why we're bringing all this up is we had quite the day yesterday. Do you want to tell them what we found yesterday in the trees?
Yeah, the mama hen with 9 baby chicks.
Yeah, so a hen hatched her chicks out here. We're not exactly sure where or what, but she had them in the trees here. And we're so thankful that those guys found those chicks.
Want to introduce you to the brand new babies on the farm. The kids have already got them plenty of food. We have hay from the barnyard, pine cones, rocks in the water so they don't drown, pile of dirt and sand. Choke cherries from the tree. Oh, it looks like goose eggs. Cracked goose eggs. Squash from the garden. Looks like a full balanced meal, Mama. So, we were not expecting this little mama to hatch out these little sweethearts. She has 9 little chicks. They're so cute, and she's already teaching them how. So we put them in our chicken tractor. We caught them all because I was afraid. We just caught a weasel in the yard that Teddy killed. So I wanted to catch them before the weasel did. So we got them safe and secure.
Them being free range, we have to get those chicks away. We had some pretty bad things happen earlier this spring when we had some ducks hatch out. We only had those ducklings around for a little bit, and then it was like they were all gone. And we think
Our cat.
friendly cat here, Jaguar, you know, we love Jaguar. I mean, they're awesome cats, and we need them on the homestead to be good mousers, and they do a lot of great stuff. But when it comes to having chicks and ducklings and stuff, we know that these guys can take advantage of some of those situations too, and they're kind of the predator in that case. I mean, unfortunately, Jaguar did get to one of the chicks before we could get it out. Yeah, so our cat is pretty on the prowl, and that's actually something that we really like about our cats. You know, both of them leave the chickens alone otherwise, but when there's baby birds around, they're going to have a heyday with those baby birds. And so we knew right away, as soon as Lincoln and Caden found those chicks, that we needed to get them put away if we wanted them around. And so that's exactly what we did. We rounded them up. All of us came out here, rounded them up and put them in our chicken tractors. But ultimately, like, if we wouldn't have found them, those chicks, she would have not been enough protection for those chicks. It just, there was 10 of them, and she just would not have been able to keep track, and it would have ended just like those ducklings. And so that's a part of having that free range chicken, but there's a price to pay for that. And so you gotta think about that. Like, is that something that you're okay with, losing a chicken here and there because there's no fencing, or and you're only closing them in at night, or would you rather just have a big chicken run for them and you know, make sure you have all your chickens at the end of the day? And I guess we've decided to let them try to fend for themselves, and we do have a lot of protection here, but we do find dead chickens occasionally, and we know that it's part of predators, and we know that's part of the deal. So don't be fooled. Don't think that you're just going to have this beautiful chickens running everywhere, no fences, no nothing. So ultimately, if you can contain your critters at least somewhat, I do think that is the best way. And I think that some of the heritage ways of how they used to get everything that they need to get has been bred out of them, a lot of the different breeds. And so you still have to keep a real eye on keeping those animals healthy. And a good way to keep an animal healthy is really to you know, be able to maintain what their mineral intake and keep them on fresh grass, and kind of just, I mean, we you know, keep an eye on what they're eating, what they're doing, give them fresh water, and not just let them out and let them be, I guess, is what, you know, the conclusion we've come to after doing this thing for a couple of years. So that is the whole spiel for today, is just how free range should your free range be free range. And ultimately, you know, it's a decision that you have to make for your own place. For us, free range is fine with chickens, but we've decided that we're going to rotational graze everything else, and basically have pens set up, and do our very best to keep them on the freshest grass, doing what they were made to do because they do it so well on their own, but keeping an eye on things like mineral and fresh water and things that particular breed, whether it's goats or pigs or chickens, some of those extra things that maybe we can give them to help them out ultimately have a healthier, longer life. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you do like what we're doing here at 20 Acre Farms, do make sure to hit that like button. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, become a part of our community, and leave a comment in the comment section. If you do that, that'd be great. Tell us about your homestead. We love to interact, and I always get back with people that comment, so I appreciate it. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on 20 Acre Farms. Pick them up.
I have no idea why we have free-range cats.
Free-range cats?
I love cats.
Yeah.
Kitty, kitty, cat.
You love cats?